Alright, so final squad here is the Raz Al Gudas squad. So let's just jump right into it. Uh, kind of tough theme, Raz Al Ghul as a theme to replicate in here. We did our best. So the team name, city name went with Vancouver. Team nickname is the Al Gudas. Play-by-play team name is the Demons. There's not really anything good in here that matches well with Raz Al Ghul, so I went and researched the character, try and find something. It turns out he's like Lord of the Demons or like Leader of the Demons or something like that in Marvel or Batman lore, whatever. So that's what we have access to here. Abbreviation is the Guda, and the arena name is the Lazarus Pit, which is apparently where Raz Al Ghul became immortal or some shit. So that's what we're working with here. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter. The colors are based on Raz Al Ghul's look in the comics. In the Batman movie, he was always just kind of like, wore black and gray. But in the comics or whatever, I guess he's got green and gold and black, so we went with that. In terms of the primary logo, it's not great at representing. It's kind of like a decent looking logo, but it doesn't really fit as well. There was this one, which is pretty damn close, but it's kind of just like a devil and really doesn't take color well. Like it just doesn't look good with any color other than like red and black in it, so it kind of looked a little goofy. There's also like this guy up here, which maybe, I don't know, would be up to you. If you like this one better, you can switch it to it, but for now we're going with this kind of sneaky looking stealthy cowboy type thing. On the shoulders would just be an R, gothic looking R on the shoulders for the shoulder patch. Team uniform looks pretty good. It actually probably looks most like what could be a real team uniform. The kind of military green, the nice black gray. Gold always looks good on jerseys, so I think the jersey looks pretty good for primary colors. Normally that would maybe be like what an away jersey would look like. The away jersey, instead of going with white, we kind of stuck with the gray. I think it's light enough that it still looks good and is easily distinguishable from what other teams' primary or home jersey might look like. But going all the way to white just didn't look really good. It kind of looked like a Minnesota North Stars jersey or something like that. It didn't look as good with the theme. And then the final one is a nice big bold yellow. This is awful and gross looking, but I felt like it had to be done. So this one exists primarily just in case this doesn't look good as an away jersey against someone's home jersey. You got something that really stands out for third jersey. But I think they'll look alright. This one in particular I think looks really good. The arena has the standard colors kind of throughout. It's got a good look to it, I think. It's one of the more unique looking arenas with kind of the 3 levels instead of the 2. Tunnel color here looks good. The railings are all yellow and most of the seats are gray and black and green. I think I threw green on the dasher instead of the red, and the lights, the LEDs on the stanchions flash yellow green. Looks pretty cool. Logo in the middle through the big circle around it. The logo sitting there. Arena presentation. I don't know if there's an entry prop. Yeah, just kind of basic entry prop there. Stanchions, again, yellow-green flashing, and the effect here is like the green smoke throughout, so that'll happen when you score goals and things like that throughout the building. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, in general, pretty happy with the arena here. I think it looks alright. kind of has like a Staples Center vibe. Staples Center is like more boxes and stuff, but has that like stacked on top of each other kind of look. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I guess alright. What do we got here? Mascot. Probably just, oh yeah. I threw the demon head as the mascot. It's, yeah, it takes color a little better here. They're kind of ridiculous looking with yellow hair and like a tail of a lion for no reason, but it's great, pretty much. Rosters, so you're on the right here. Crosby, Malkin, you can see the overalls of everyone. I'll just scroll through everything here. It's a pretty solid squad. All the way down here. Some of your younger players are maybe a little underrepresented. This is the most recent roster and like overall update, but I think some of the younger players are a little bit undervalued, but kind of is what it is. So I'll show you the way the lines break out here, so you can see if any changes need to be made there. EA sometimes does some funny stuff with the lines. So, but yeah, I think even that jersey is like an away jersey. Still, yeah, easy enough to tell against everyone else. Maybe a little tough to tell against some teams' home jerseys, but I think it looks good enough. Yeah. So we'll go through the editing of lines here. So you can see how it all shakes out. So you got Panarin, Crosby, Kessel, Marner, Malkin, Kovalchuk, Duchesne, Backstrom, Besser, Riley Smith, Zibanejad, and DeBrusk. This is the most like borked one I've seen, where you've got Marner behind Kessel, but he's 3 overall higher, so you might want to do things like this. Kovalchuk, your second line left winger, even though he's a right winger. The game does some weird things and stuff like this, where it just doesn't like it when people are playing where they're not meant to be playing. So you might want to make some changes to how all this plays out, but you can let me know how that works. I'll go to your scratched players so you can see Toffoli and Hughes here. So an 82 and an 80, you're probably not switching those in. You might want them over DeBrusk, but you can let me know how that goes. Defense will probably be a little bit weird here too. So you got Hughes, Dahlin, D'Angelo, Sergachev, but you also have Clayton Keller and Paul Stastny here. So 84 and an 83, those could easily fit here in your main lineup. So if we do the draft for defensemen, you can potentially swap some of these guys out. Put your defenseman here, put Keller and Stastny in, bump DeBrusk and Kovalchuk or something like that, but you can let me know. In terms of goalies here, Markstrom and Hellebuck are your primary two. You do have Stalick, Allmark, and Crawford as backups, so Crawford's at 86, so you could potentially want him over Markstrom. That's up to you. And then whichever of these two you think is the better primary. Hellebuck would play the majority of games, so game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5. So in a 5-game series, Hellebuck would play 3, Markstrom would play 2. If you wanted that different, you can make that different, but that's how it'll set up normally without any adjustments. So I'll go through quickly the lines again, just so you can have one more look at them. Again, it was originally Kessel here, Kovalchuk here, Duchesne here, or something like that. So you may want to make some changes here so you can put the best team on the ice. And then in terms of your defense, this is what you got going on. And we'll see if we do a defense draft, replace these players with real defensemen. It's probably recommended to have defenders here instead of forwards, because when the game is simming, it does kind of expect your defensemen to defend. And so if they don't have good stats in those areas, they're likely to be a major point of difficulty for your squad. So replacing these is probably well worth it, and you can slot them into your forward lines if you want. So let me know what you think, if you need any changes, and we'll kind of go from there.